Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Northco Audits here on a sunny Sunday afternoon. No audits today, but we're going to have a roundtable discussion about what constitute a refusal of service. There's some rules apply that you can't just simply refuse service because you don't like somebody or you don't necessarily like what they're wearing or what they're there for, provided that it's a legal reason to be there. Like you're there getting information, or you're there to make a purchase, or you're there to check on somebody. You have to have a legal reason to be there. So what I've found so far, the 5 examples of lawful discrimination are as follows. A customer brings their dog into a restaurant or establishment that is against health ordinances, unless it's a service dog or a service animal. A customer threatens or verbally abuses you, your employees, or other customers. You can ask them to leave. If they refuse and feel as if your physical safety is being threatened, it may be wise to call for police. Number 3, your business is closed and a customer wants service after hours. Number 4, a customer is causing a scene by yelling, swearing, or making a mess, or they are clearly intoxicated. That's the one that's important. Number 5, a customer breaks the rules of your establishment, which are within local, state, and federal statutes. Now, those 5 rules right there are very specific in the fact that you can't just be refused service because you're photographing in a public space, or you're doing something that the manager disagrees with, or you said something that the manager disagrees with, provided that it's not disturbing the peace of the customers or the employees. But you have a constitutional right to photograph in public via the First Amendment, so their personal feelings can't supersede the Constitution. Sorry, motorcycle going by. So my question is, my situation with the Greeley Emissions Center, which I plan on going back and doing a second audit on and making sure that the police do get called, because I feel like I was wrongfully denied service, all because the manager wanted to be a crybaby and didn't want to be on video, and then lied and said that the police had been there before for a First Amendment auditor, and that auditor was removed from their property and their service was refused. So my question is, was I wrongfully refused just because I was doing a First Amendment audit in a public space on their property? And in fact is an emissions center because it's made mandatory to have emissions in the state of Colorado. Is that considered a government facility in the aspect of your emissions having to be mandatory, and you have to comply with the motor vehicle department and the codes and statutes surrounding that? And one of those is the Clean Air Act of Colorado, which states that certain vehicles have to have emissions carried on them or conducted on them. Sorry. And that's what I was there to do, was have my emissions done. My emissions was completed. And if you go back and watch the video, you can see that it wasn't until the very end that when the manager found out I was actually videotaping and doing a First Amendment audit that he got his panties in a bunch and refused my service, gave me a refund, denied my emissions when it had already been done. It passed emissions. They were getting ready to give me the certificate, and the manager realized I was filming and I wanted to finish my First Amendment audit before I pulled out of the stall. And it was at that point that my service was refused. So is that discrimination upon me because of the fact that they violated my First Amendment? I believe it is. So if y'all want to chime in the comments section on what you believe or what you think, I will be paying attention the rest of the day to these comments before I do my Second Amendment, or before I go and do my second First Amendment audit at the Greeley Emissions Center. So let me know what you think in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More audits coming soon. Thanks, y'all.